Do you guys remember MamaMax? We talked about him here on the channel. He tried to expose Charlie and it went absolutely horrible. The definition of clickbait, and talked about something else like some vampire cult, some werewolf cult, how he needed to raise money for these women who've been abused by this guy who made them into furries or wolves. We talked about it. I know what it's about and I've seen other videos about it, and I'm still extremely confused on what the whole thing was about. He baited everyone. Critical got upset.
Stop ignoring MamaMax. Yeah, so here, you want me to talk about it a little bit? That rubbed me the wrong way. Apparently, when I had COVID, he messaged me a couple times and I never saw it. And now he's taken that as me ghosting him and ignoring his very important mission. And it really rubs me the wrong way.
So this whole MamaMax situation is such a clusterfuck. No one knows what's going on because he made it extremely difficult to understand. And in case you guys have never seen MamaMax before, he makes these really cringy videos. And I think this guy could have easily had over 1 million subscribers if he wasn't, so stupid into sabotaging his own career. He's been losing 1,000 subscribers almost daily. And the reason why I'm talking about him is because today he finally made an apology video to everything. And I haven't seen it. We're watching this together, guys.
I just completed a 30-minute video called Silencing All Survivors that addresses pretty much everything. It addresses criticisms. It addresses my approach. It includes apologies. It includes a call to action on Camden. I showed it to some trusted friends and the survivors. Some people loved it. Some people had a few criticisms, and then some people hated it. I've got people telling me just talk about the case and nothing else. I've got people telling me just address the criticisms. I've got people telling me just apologize. I feel like I'm being pulled in every which way, and no matter how hard I try, I cannot make everyone happy.
Well, dude, I mean, let's just be honest for a second. The reason why everyone's calling you out is because you handled this horribly. Me and MamaMax talked about this on Discord DMs. We were supposed to have an interview. When it was time to talk, he never responded to me, and then I was on the trip. The reason why you're getting hate is not because we're bored and there's nothing else to do. There's a million things to talk about right now. I'm watching this video. I've made a video on you, and I'm still confused about what exactly the point of your last video was. It was all over the place. First, you're mocking people for making drama content. Then when you make your own video, it sucks. And no one knows exactly what's going on. And this is not only me. And I thought I was retarded, but there's a lot of other YouTubers who are like, dude, what was that video? It was so confusing. Is it a cult? Do we have to listen to a 6-hour podcast to get our feet wet into the situation? The way he went about it was horrible. It was really, really bad. And him wanting to bring awareness to people who were allegedly sexually abused and, brought into a cult and whatever. It's an interesting topic. And I'm sure if this video was done well, it could have hit 1 million views. Everyone would have reacted to it. I would have reacted to it because it looks interesting. And everyone would have won. It straight up felt like a PowerPoint presentation done by the dumbest students. You're burning bridges with content creators like Critical because of the way you're going about it. And I believe at some point this guy threatened to delete or copyright strike someone's channel. I saw it on Twitter. I don't remember who it was. You seem like a cool guy. I've talked to you. You seem respectful. You seem cool. I don't know what you're doing. Who's controlling you? You're destroying your online career, your reputation, and your credibility. And once you lose that, it's extremely hard to get back.
I'm trying to prioritize the survivors over myself. Where do I put the general public?
I get it. I get what the intent is, but you are destroying your career and your reputation over these survivors, alleged survivors, just because I don't want to get sued, whatever. I don't want to be rude, but it feels like the Spencer girl, has her fingers all over this guy and is manipulating him and is telling him what to do. Maybe MamaMax is just a really good person and they're taking advantage of him. That could be it. That's a possibility. People do that. And if that's the situation, cut her off. You can only do so much for people until you gotta be like, you know what? I tried to get this awareness. It got over 200,000 views. I fumbled it. I apologize. You are destroying your career over a chick that from the live stream clips, from what I've seen, seems extremely toxic. You need to stop this. It's embarrassing.
I feel like I'm in an impossible position where I just can't seem to do the right thing.
Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what to do. I will delete my last video. I would apologize to Critical. I would apologize to everyone who I've threatened to take their channels down. I would take a break, a 1-week break so I don't lose a lot of revenue. I would be back on my grind and try to forget this ever happened. I would cut off Spencer because once again, from what I've seen personally, she seems to be pretty toxic. Like, I know you're trying to help and I know it comes from a good place in your heart. That's awesome. But how can you help anyone if you're not even helping yourself? It's like trying to pick someone up while you're on the floor and you're not even up yourself. You know what I mean? So that's my advice. But you just keep digging yourself a deeper hole. How can we help you, man? We're trying and you're not listening to Mutahar. You're not listening to Critical. You're not listening to me. You're not listening to anyone. From here, it seems like you enjoy where your channel is going, which is completely irrelevant, see?
I'm sorry I can't make all of you happy. I'm sorry to Charlie for dragging him into a case that is not necessarily his fight. Sorry to my audience who don't even know what the heck is going on. Like I'm uploading shorts, I'm doing live streams, I'm doing weird ass videos. Just trying to find the remaining survivors of Camden Gerard Davis. That has always been the goal for this awareness campaign. It's worked in some respect. It's also caused a lot of issues. I don't want to cause issues. I want to resolve these issues.
These situations are very heavy. And when you tell everyone, you gotta react to this. You gotta stop talking about Neon and Sniper Wolf and dumb pity YouTube drama. And you need to talk about predators and creeps every single time you upload. Not everyone could handle that, okay? Not everyone wants to see that because it's a very dark and heavy subject. And the reason why I'm saying this is because during a live stream, the girl was like, Spencer, the quote unquote victim, she was like, whoa, these people are pussies if they can't talk about abuse. It's like, would you guys watch my videos if every single time I drop, I'm talking about sexual allegations or sexual abuse, or I'm just making live streams, shorts, video after video after video after video of we're trying to help survivors. I'm doing the right thing, but people don't want to be around that kind of stuff. Like, maybe they'll watch one or two, but after a while, it's gonna get old. It's gonna be like, dude, we get it. You're trying, but we want to see your old content. That's what we subscribe for. We don't want to see this weird shit in my recommended. These creepy thumbnails. Like, once again, credit to you for trying to help. You don't seem to be in a good place mentally, and you need to remove yourself from this situation. Even if Spencer's crying and all of that stuff, you need to remove yourself from this situation because it's killing you. You don't know what to do with the channel with over 700,000 subscribers, and that is not an easy number to get to. I'm pretty sure you had the potential to hit 1 million subscribers this year. You keep making these weird ass videos.
I don't want any I don't want beef with anyone. Like I want to communicate openly. I'm trying to communicate with my peers, and I'm trying to listen to dissenting voices, and I'm trying to listen to voices I trust too. And every single person is telling me something different, and I don't know what to do. People say, just wait for law enforcement to do something. But we've waited 7 years, and they haven't done anything. So we decided to just go public with it. People wanted evidence, so we've been inviting people to our little server where we have the evidence. But then people don't want to listen to the survivors when they're in there and just look at the evidence and conclude it's nothing.
I mean, I haven't looked into the full evidence, the documents on Discord, just for the record. But if there's people and they're looking at the documents and they're like, yeah, this is nothing. I mean, what does that tell you? You know what I mean? It's like, if you have dozens, if not hundreds of people looking at those documents and they're like, yeah, I think the lady's lying. I'm not saying she is, but, you know, I'm just saying maybe she's lying, maybe she's exaggerating, maybe this, maybe that. I mean, what can you do at that point? You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's a reason why the police hasn't done anything in 7 years. Maybe there's not enough evidence. And once again, for full transparency, I'm not claiming to know everything about the situation, okay?
I met Spencer. She told me what happened to her. I told her I was busy with other projects, but If you need me to hand this to someone else, I will. She said, no, I want you. And so, a few years later, I finally came back and I was like, okay, are you ready? And we did the podcast. And while I was there listening to her, that's when I realized this is going to evolve into something much more. Like, originally, I just wanted to do a podcast where we platform survivors and they tell their story. But you can't just tell your story anymore. Now you need concrete evidence. Now you need to go to law enforcement multiple times. Now you need to consult with lawyers.
I mean, if that was the situation, then anyone would be making false allegations, dude. Have you seen the amount of false allegations people, influencers, YouTubers, actors get every single time? Like, at least once per month, there's an allegation, and then it turns out it's false. The most recent one that comes to mind is Dream. Imagine if everyone thought like MamaMax. Oh yeah, just believe everyone. So by that logic, Dream should have gotten the electric chair. I mean, we've seen this happen time and time again. I mean, just imagine if you platform every single alleged survivor victim, and what if they're lying and they're ruining someone's life? You know what I mean? So that's why you need proof if you have it. I'm not saying don't believe them. I'm saying be careful when you platform them.
Like, we can't just listen to survivors when they're screaming for help. Gerard Davis is a sexual predator and cult leader who victimized hundreds of minors on platforms like Kick and Whisper. His cult went by the Guild of Divinity, the Daemons, and Eon Syndicate, among other possible titles. Despite being reported to multiple different law enforcement agencies over the past 7 years, they are still active, brainwashing emotionally vulnerable children, predominantly preteen girls, into believing they are supernatural creatures like werewolves and vampires.
Like, this sounds fucking crazy. Dude, what the fuck did you get yourself into? Like, yeah, this guy's turning people into werewolves. It's like, okay, well, what can I do about it, dog? Like, do you expect me to drop everything I'm doing and stop little kids from turning into werewolves? Like, is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm so glad to know I'm not the only one who's so confused by all of this, because he's not a good person to explain it. And then he wants us to listen to a 5-hour podcast about someone we don't know, we don't care about, and who has 5 hours to kill. People go to school, people have jobs, families. You have to simplify this in an entertaining format for it to go viral and to reach everyone. But the way you're going about it is the laziest way possible, and yes, that's coming from me. Dude, what? What is this corny ass outro? Is that his mom? Okay. What was that Disney ending? Did his mom come and hug him? Who the fuck is that? Where did this woman come from? He's like sad, thinking about life, and this random woman hugs him, and he decided to leave that in the video? Was he expecting everyone to cry? What did I just watch, dog? Corny. I'm sorry, but that was so fucking corny. Let's see what his fans have to say. I can't stress how poorly this was handled. You owe the survivors an apology. You also need to hand this off to someone who knows what they're doing. Of course, you need evidence, slug. Dude, drop this. Please. Seriously, drop this. Leave it alone. Let someone capable of handling this take over, because you are not that guy, pal. No edgy deep voice, no accountability, no actually apology whatsoever. What a joke. This is just a huge self-pity. How embarrassing, Max. I used to respect you. The hug at the end just added to the YouTube apology blueprint. Ugh, Max, what are you doing, brother? What are you doing with your life, with your career? This is horrible. You are not the guy to talk about this. You are not the guy to handle this. Please drop it. And I'm not even kidding here. I'm trying to give you friendly advice. Leave this and delete this video. That apology at the end, when you're taking accountability and then some random woman walks in and gives you a hug? Did you write that in the script? Okay, so towards the end, babe, you join and you give me a big, tidy huggy. This is so insane. I cannot believe this is such a bad video. I'm gonna have to drop a dislike, dog. Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. But what do you guys think of the situation? Pretty bananas, huh? With that said, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Love you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Notifications on. And with that said, I'll see you next time. All right? Peace out.